Morning everyone. I came on yesterday to Facebook and showed some projects that I had done yesterday, and it was using a technique that I was learned a few years ago called Masterboard, and basically it's using your stamps to make a background plate or a personal DSP. You can use copier paper. I however use cardstock because I mainly use it for other things than just a card topper or a card background. So this was the suite I used yesterday, and these are the projects that I made with it. Move them out just now. So the projects I made were this card here, and the colours that I used yesterday, I used a colour generator, and I will leave the link to that in my description bar for you to use yourself. You basically select at the top what what family you want to use. I chose shuttles, and I've also chose shuttles today. And you press generate, and it gives you 5 colours from that suite, that family to use. And it's just a good way of getting used to your colours. So the colours I chose were the colours that were generated for me were Calypso Coral, Marina Mist, Soft Sky, Wild Wasabi, and Blushing Bride. So that was the colours that were chosen yesterday, and I've chose the Calypso Coral to back my sentiment on. And if you can get close up, the splatters are colour coordinated as well. Okay, and that was just using my Stampin' Right markers. So we got this card, we have got this one. This one is using the stamp from Kind of Eclectic, which I believe is now retired, but I like the sunburst underneath that. I had actually chose that sentiment, and then this looked a bit bare, and having already splattered on that one, I decided to use the sunburst. And I did slightly over stamp, so I just used my Stampin' Right marker to do the little dashes round the side as well. So we've got that one. Well, we've got this one here. We've got this one here. And I will probably add a few more accents into that. It was just to show you the idea. We have got that one. And on top of the 4 cards, I also got to make a bookmark. Haven't added any tag or a ribbon or seam binding or anything on it yet. But we've got that. And I have also got 2 small tags that can be put onto a little gift or attached to the inside of a card, whatever. So that was the stuff that I got from 1 A4 sheet of paper. So, like I said, that was yesterday's stamp set I used. And today I am going to use Oh So Succulent. Now this is a retired suite. Is it? Yeah, I think that retired. But I really like it, so I'm going to use it. Right, so what you do is you start with your largest stamp. Now, these are two-step stamps. I'm not using them as 2-step. I am just going to do them individually. Okay, so this is my largest stamp. I need my block. I need my smaller block as well. Now, the colours that I generated this morning are Wisteria Wonder, Pool Party, Blushing Bride, Wild Wasabi and Pink Pirouette, all from the Subtles collection. And I've also got the markers of the same colour out, just in case I need them. So I'm going to start with my darkest colour, and that's Wisteria Wonder. The Wild Wasabi is also quite dark, but I want to try and use that for my greenery. So I'll move that case out the way, and we will get putting it together. Oops. Let's try and position that so you can see as much as possible. So just ink or stamp up and stamp on, and just move your stamp about. Don't have it on the same direction because it just adds a wee bit extra interest to it. Move that over a bit. Maybe here. Right, so I have covered the main. Now I'm going to go off the page with a few, just for a bit of continuity. As you can see, I used this last night as well. So I'm just coming off here, and it's just a little bit. You don't need to have tons. If you're looking for a more soft background, you could use your secondary stamps. So stamp off, then stamp on. I personally want it a bit bolder. A wee bit there. Just having to make sure that my phone's on. I'm just going to turn that a wee bit, just so the petals aren't the same all the way around. Turn it that way. And I'll come on quite a bit there. I'll do a little bit there. And a little touch there. That looks okay. So I'm just going to close that up, and I will give my stamp clean. So just a wee wipe over. Put it back in its case, and then choose my next size down. It's this one here. I don't know if I'll fit. Yep, it will. So I'll use my small block for that. It's just easier to manage a small block. Right, and we will come in now with Blushing Bride, I think. side, it's easier. So just cut the stamp and take the paper, and you're just going to try filling in your spacing. And that one didn't stamp 100%, not worried, because when you cut it up for projects, you're not really going to see every single individual. And like here, I've had a wee overstamp. Not fussed. I will stamp over that with something else. Or we can disguise it when we go to put the card together, either by putting a sentiment over it or covering it with an embellishment of some description. Right, let me see, we'll put one here. We'll have one here, and then we'll go off the page with you. And you can see I'm constantly turning my block so that I can have a bit of randomness. I was about to say continuity. So I'm going to put quite a bit of that one on. Just a little bit there. And the same again, just tiny wee touch on it. And I think I'll do one more over here. Like that. Okay. We can put that away. I'll give my block a wee clean. And I'm going to choose a bit of greenery now. So I'll pick up this grass type look. That's that one there. Yeah, this is more detailed. Right. So I've got the grass detailed one, and I'll use the wild wasabi for this. Now you can, if you don't have your ink pads, you can use your markers for this technique. Right, so for this I'm going to come in and just kind of stamp at the back of my flowers so that it looks as if the green's coming out. But again, I don't want them all the same way. So I'm just making sure that I turn my block a good bit when I'm doing it. And this is a good technique if you are on a budget, because you then don't need to invest in your DSPs. You can then just buy your stamps and then make your own DSP up to match each suite. Oops, that one is not stamped correctly, so I'm going to try and just correct it slightly. That's all right. It just means that you can spend the money in better areas. because the stamps will be an investment, the DSP isn't. This one I'm going to just touch on as if it's coming out from the back of that one. I'll have this one here. This one I'm going to come on as if there's been a wee flower beside it. Let's see if I need any more. I think I'll add one in here as well. That looks okay. So that was Wild Wasabi. And again, I will clean the stamp off. Right, now this one I will use this stamp here, if I can get it off. There we go. Alright, so that's going in, and I'll use Pull Party for this one. And again, just make sure that you're turning your stamps. Get a wee over stamp there as well. Off there, a wee touch on there, a wee touch there, a wee hair there. Then I'll have maybe a wee bit on the corner. Let's see, I have one in there. We're just trying to fill in spaces now. Anyway, that looks a bit bare. So I'm going to come in here with one, and that will kind of distract from that wee over stamp. That looks alright. So give that a wee clean over. Put that one back in. And then for this one, I am going to add 2 of these small ones on this side and the little 3 dashes on the other side, and I will just mix and match when I'm putting them down. So it's these ones here I'm using. You can see them. So I've got the 2 larger ones on one side of the block and the 3 wee cluster on the other side. So we are left with pink pirouette. Oops. Meant to ink the stamps, Cam, not your fingers. So there we go. Just again making sure that I turn my stamps. I'll go in there with a few. And there. Quite pretty actually. Just going to stamp off there. We went in there. And I'll do that there. I need one more and then we'll use the wee side. There we go. So I'm just turning it over, and I think what I'll do is stamp off. No, I won't, because it's quite light anyway. Right, so just small cluster. Like that. Another wee out through there, so we'll cover that. Come on there. And these can just be random. You don't need to have anything specific. I'll put that there. I think that's us done for the colouring wise. Now you could, if you wished, go in and watercolour some of these larger images if you wish. I'm not going to bother. I quite like it the way it is. But what I will do is I will come back on and do the projects with you, how I've cut it up. I cut them down into A6, which I'll do off camera. Then I'll come back on and show you how we put it together. Okay? See you soon. Bye for now.